friends, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie Petit of Katie Petit Designs and product designer for 49 & Market. And today I'd like to show you my latest complete collection that we are releasing with 49 & Market. And without further ado, it is Crafty Garden. I absolutely love how this collection came together. The imagery is just so versatile. I think you're really gonna like it too. So let's get started. Hi everyone. Okay, let's get started. I've got the Crafty Garden 12 by 12 collection pack for you. It includes 10 double-sided papers, so there are 20 different designs. Plus, we have our bonus paper on the back of the cover. And our first paper here, the Crafty Garden is a mix of botanicals and butterflies and vintage ephemera and texture. Really classic, great for all kinds of occasions. And on the back here, we have a distressed stripe. It's like a pinstripe. And always remember, we've got our border strips here at the bottom that are really useful too. And this one is a stuffed edge. Some beautiful florals. If you look closely, you'll see all the layers. When I design, I like to have lots of layers for lots of texture. It gives your page a lot of depth and artistry. And these papers are great for card makers too. Imagine cutting your card here and putting a sentiment here. Perfect. As well as here. Maybe you just want a little one here. You could even do a square. Lots of possibilities in how these are set up, and I'm sure you will find great use for them. And on the back is a multicolored polka dot, distressed newsprint and typography, textures. This sheet is called Peaceful Magnificence. That's what it is, right? I love the shades of blue, as if you're outside and the flowers are just kind of blowing in the wind with the butterflies and the vintage handwriting and textures. You can see some faint engravings, all kinds of bits. And again, this one, like the other one, lends itself so nicely to card makers. The back side here is a ditzy print that's got some bits of newsprint and ephemera and texture. And this one is, I would call this one my hero paper of the collection. Kind of got me started for the whole collection with the daisies across the bottom and a crafty background with moths and taped in ephemera and dragonflies. Everything you love, some watery stains. Yep, this paper really speaks to me. I really, really like it. And I hope you do too. And on the back side is a decorative piece mixed with writing and texture. Again, classic, but neutral. So it'll go with anything. You know, whether it's a wedding, a baby, a vacation, just an outdoor day, that page is perfect. And this piece is called Iridescent Vines. I believe it was named because of the vines I put in the top corner here, mixing in with some poppies down below. I think those are poppies. Don't get me. Yeah, you can tell by the bud. I'm no horticulturist or botanist. I just love botanicals. All right, and we've got a moth and some dragonflies, bits of typography, and on the back side is tiny little gingham plaid with bits of newsprint. And I love the strip there. You're gonna see that design in the fabric tape. So be looking for that. And another hero piece with the crafty background and the yellow. I love the contrast of the yellow against the craft mixed in with some blues. You really can't go wrong. So you look closely, you'll see all the detail and depth in these papers. And the back side. Okay, this one, when I saw this printed, I fell in love with it. I blended all kinds of textures. You can even see kind of a ditzy pattern in there, stained and washed away, and just so good. I think I'm gonna need more of this one. This one is a classic. All right. And this one's called Java Explosion. Love that name. Very fun. It's one of those page starter pages. So it's giving you, a border, layers of my taped together stacks with some remnants behind it and silhouettes of the daisies and some scribbles. I mean, here it is, like ready to start your page. Simply add your photos and your journaling, or if you're a card maker or a crafter, what if you cut it here and then put a sentiment here and then added some embellishments on it? You don't have to take it just as you see it. Think beyond what you're seeing and see how you could use the elements in these papers for something more. And on the back side is a tonal pattern with engravings and tape and all kinds of vintage writing and stains mixed in there. And then this one, really, really fun. We've got a vintage library card pocket, some stitching and some splashes and doilies. Again, a page starter, but it's so much more. There's so much more that you could do with this. You could fussy cut out journalers. You could take different parts to make cards and journal pages with. Just a great starting point. And on the back here is, again, just pieces. This isn't a page starter, but it is pieces. Maybe you just want this edge and you really like this edge. So you want to cut this and tuck bits of it underneath your photos. And then this is a wonderful background for cards or a journal page or your scrapbook pages. All right, then here we have Tranquil Blossom. Again, a page starter page. So it's got a painted edge and painted palettes and botanicals and a butterfly and bits of ephemera. And then a base of my taped together stacks that is painted and grunged up to give you a good reference point to get started with. So it's not like you're starting with a blank page. You're starting with this base that already has some anchors for you. And on the back side of this is an all over print of the daisies and moths and butterflies with the bits of typography behind it. And lastly, I did a cut apart journal page. And this has 12 3x4 cards. Great for card makers, great for journaling. Some have sentiments, some just have smaller compositions, some have little labels, but all are classic and all representative of the collection that you just saw. And on the back side of this is a distressed stripe pattern in the blue. So lots of different accent pages as you look here on the B sides. Look how nicely it all goes together. You could, like those, okay, those 4 papers make an awesome page. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of the collection, but there's more to see. Here we have the Crafty Garden solids. So the solid pack contains 5 double-sided designs, so 10 different designs, and you get 2 of each. And you get the bonus paper on the back side. So it's like a so-called solid. It's almost solid, but it's textured too. So let me walk you through and show you what you get on the A side and the B side. So we've got a craft base in darker, and then this is of course your lighter craft base. So it's got a chipboard kind of texture to it, and then there's like a half-toning texture on the lighter side. We've got a golden ochre color with, again, the craft texture on the darker side and a half-tone design on the lighter side. And then we have the green with, again, the craft paper and the half-tone textured paper. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you like the solids done like this without as much painted texture as I've been doing, or if you prefer that I bring back some more of the painted texture. Always curious to know what you think, because it may not be what I think as well. And we need to take everyone into consideration. And the last color is a blue. And we've got, again, the craft textured and the half-tone painted texture. All right, so that concludes the Crafty Garden Solids paper pack. Here is the Crafty Garden 6x8 collection pack. There are 2 each of 12 double-sided patterns. So I've already sorted out the second one. So I'm just gonna show you the A sides and the B sides and get you started here. And on the back side, we have the tonal pattern. And then we have our classic hero paper. And on the back side is this one that I can't get enough of. Really, really, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to be channeling this for some future collections. All right, and we've got the flowers in the wind outside with the pinstripes on the back. Another Crafty Garden with the craft background and the yellow and the blue botanicals. And on the back side, we have the multicolored dot. Here we've got the lovely white flowers, moths, dragonflies, and vines. And on the back side of this one, we have the handwritten decorative design. Here we've got botanicals just on the one side and lots of bits of the newsprints and typography on the right, and the ditzy print in green on the back side. And what's nice about these, if you look at these, so you could do a 2-page layout with these. So if you're doing like a mini album or something, these 2 pages now coordinate. And the back side is, can you see the pattern that's in there? It's a tonal print that's distressed and washed away. And again, those weren't really meant to be side by side, but they go side by side. So we've got the yellow sunflowers and the all over print. And this is not a page starter, but close. I mean, we've got the yellow, the newsprint, the engravings, and the palettes down the side with the golden texture on the back. Here we've got a page starter for you, horizontal format. So you can do a card or a page right like that. And then this one with the library card. Oops, did I not show you the back side? Backside, gingham, tonal gingham. And this one's got the library card, page starter with the stitching and the tonal stripe on the back of that. Here we've got a nice horizontal design of the daisies against the craft background. And the back side is this tonal pattern with the wash away. Not really wash away, it's like a vintage piece collaged on top. I guess that's more correct. And again, we have another horizontal piece here. So you've got this design in separate 6x8s, and you've also got it as a smaller format. And on the back is just a craft textured of the blue. And then we've got a green textured solid on the back side of the back of the pack. And that concludes these 6x8 papers. Here is the Crafty Garden chipboard set. So there are 54 pieces in this set. You can see them here on the back side. And I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna take a look. I always like to fold that piece so it doesn't stick to anything as I pull out all my pieces. And as always, our packaging is always lovely to use as well. You can see some of the paper designs in there. Whoops, and I missed a few. They were hiding. Okay. Lots of moths and butterflies. Now I did some of the moths as just simple engravings. So when you see stuff like this, take it further. Take your watercolor crayons to it. Take your colored pencils to it. Take some paint. Some translucent paint would be really nice on there. Some watercolor paint. Not real heavy. I wouldn't get these super wet, but they can handle a little bit of mixed media to personalize them and make them your own. All right, so we've got botanicals, tags, and all these little punch outs. You can go through and just punch those out. So we've got a number of tags for you. Look at that with the poppy and the green, so pretty. These are so versatile. And the white poppies, and the leaves. We've got the book plates and the word strips. Didn't want to waste that space in between, so put the word strip in there, and then we've got the book plate. There's a number of banners with wonderful sentiments like live, create, dream, and photographs and memories. You are awesome. See, look at these. I really like how these turned out. This is the first time I'm looking at this. So these elements with the engravings on the plain chipboard, think mixed media with these. Get creative, push it further. All right, and more of the white flowers and the dragonflies, leaves, banners, the blue florals. Oh, I love this big moth. I always like to have a few bigger pieces. Another tag, and we'll get this other tag too. Oh, that one's pretty with the blue and the craft. More book plates and sentiments. And moths, another book plate. These daisies. So, so pretty. Really classic. Okay, this one, Moments to Remember. And the sentiment spots and more moths. We've got some more banners. Treasure this moment. Everything will be fine. I'm always saying that. So that's how it made it in there. And chase your dreams. You are loved. And then here we've got all of these wonderful plain engraving ones ready for you to paint and mix up. So that concludes the chipboard bits, 54 pieces, Great mix, great accents for the collection. Now we have the Crafty Garden Chipboard Words, and there are 68 pieces in this pack. You can see all the words and the sentiments on the back here. I'm going to just open it up and take a look at a few of them. You've got lots of little hearts, and you can see on the inside of the packaging. That's good to be used as well. So when I make the chipboard words, I make an assortment of large words, usually scripted, and these are scripted, and then a bunch of little strips to go under things. When I say that, because I'm thinking like this, I guess that's actually over. So, but I think they're a nice accent. So favorite right now, right? That makes, it completes it more than just having a single word. Sentiments really are meant to help express what you're feeling in the moment. So not only do you have your memories scrapbooked, but you have your feelings and emotions of the moment scrapbooked as well. In the sunshine, together, always, this. I like to try to come up with, essential words that can be used in a variety of occasions. And hello, happy, it's one of my favorites. Oh, and these little hearts I made are really cute. Whoops, I can't get it. With the daisies on them, can you see that? Make a lovely accent. And this one has little daisies on it too. Whoops. Friends. So see, you could do friends together. You could do this life. And then you can add fabulous, this fabulous life, right? So it's easy to make page titles when you get the chipboard words that come with the collections I designed for 49 to Market. All right, moving on. Next up is the Crafty Garden Wishing Bubbles and Bubbles. There's 136 coated sticker elements. So we've got little dots, daisies, dragonflies, butterflies, sentiment spots, hearts, and of course the packaging is great to use too. All right, and then we have our washi sticker roll. Okay, here we go. These are our washi tape stickers. You get a 3-inch roll that's 3 meters long. And I've already opened this, so you can see you get a lot of stickers. And what I did is I cut the repeat and I took off the edging. So you can see this is how it comes in your package. But if you simply take off the washi border, you will see everything is die cut on there on this clear plastic, leaving you with the washi stickers. So we've got binder clips, leaves, labels, bees, moths and butterflies, and sentiments. A great mix. All right, and moving on from the washi tape stickers, we're gonna go to the postage tape washi. And this one, I believe I have like 9 different designs for the repeat. Let's see, it goes to there. So what is that for? Yep, I was right, 9 designs. So 9 different postage stamps on washi sheets. You can see it's a lot of repeat. This one's a 5-meter roll. So you're gonna get a lot of postage stamps, and they're a wonderful accent for this collection. Next up is the fabric tape for Crafty Garden. So these are 3 different rolls, each with 3 meters on them. So the repositionable fabric tape is really versatile, and with this collection, I had some fun with it too. So we've got our large roll. Turn it this way. So you can see all the craft background and the daisies and the florals and butterflies mixed in with some ephemera. A really lovely mix. So we've got that one. And then we have our solid color tape. It's just an accent fabric tape in the Crafty. And then this one is one that I kind of fell in love with when I opened it. If I can get it started here. This one is like the 4-inch washies I've done in the past. What's really fun with this one is this fabric tape is paintable. I took my watercolors to it and it took to the watercolors so nicely. And I'm excited. I'll be showing you some of the things I've been making with it on my Instagram and hopefully here on YouTube too. So this is the Crafty Garden fabric tape. Next up is the Crafty Garden note card set. This is something new that we've done in 2024. So we've got a set of 12 note cards with matching envelopes. And they're just a nice solid base, textured base to get you started in your card making. So we've got 4 green cards and they just open like this or like sideways. So we've got green, craft, and gold. And we've got green envelopes, craft envelopes, and gold envelopes. So a great base to get you started for your card making. Super excited that the Crafty Garden collection also has this lovely project tote. And if you've been collecting the project totes, you'll see each one has a unique 49 charm. Hopefully, oops, yeah, can you see that okay? This one, of course, is in craft. And it's got the 49 in market label on the side. And we've got side A and side B. And when you open it, you get the exclusive enamel dots. And you have this lovely lined project tote. Here we have the Crafty Garden Ephemera Bits. There are 114 die-cut shapes in this pack. You can see them all on the back here. And I'm going to open them and go through them with you so you can see them all. If I can get it open. Sometimes that's a trick. All right, slide these out. And as always, on the inside, the packaging is usable as well. So on the top are all the smaller pieces, and I'm gonna slide them to the side a little bit, and we'll go through some of our bigger pieces first. We've got some large sentiments. We've got these slide frames, simply punch them out. You have the slide frame, punch out the center. You have a spot with a border ready for you to add a rub-on or your own stamp to. And this one has a sentiment already on it. And again, more slide frames in the gingham, which is just so cute with this collection. Little ephemera pieces. This is like a pea ad from a seed catalog. Again, from a seed catalog, just some vintage bits of ephemera. Great accent pieces. Got some tags in this pack too. Simply punch out the hole and it's already there for you. Some vintage envelopes, color coordinating to match the collection. And botanical sheet blended with some text, More vintage pieces. These lined receipt sheets are great for journalers. Colored envelopes, the front side and the back side. Same here. And you already saw the craft colored one earlier. All right, let's go through some more here. We've got some large ephemera pieces, great for dates, journaling. A clipped journal stack of craft paper. Really a fun assortment of things. A vintage perfume label, a snippet from a book of a poem. Use this as is, maybe cut individual lines from the poem to use on your projects. Lots of different banners in here, typed word strips, and vintage postcards, great for layering or for journals. And bees, got lots of bees because we're in a garden. Another slide frame and sentiments. We've got some colored labels and file tabs for you to add your own journaling. Some crafty ones too. And then of course, lots of words. Like I've said before, adding the sentiments helps share your feelings. So if somebody is going through your creations later on in your scrapbook pages, they know how you are feeling more than just the photos. They want to know what you were thinking during that event that you documented. And these also work great for cards and for journals. Look, this one is like a ticket piece that says love you, and I've put a lot of different vintage texture in there. Some more sentiments and labels. We've got a big leaf piece. Just pop out that, really nice. Tags. Some more vintage perfume labels. Thought this one worked really nicely with this collection. I hope you enjoy it too. Then I did some mini flashcards. Flashcard words are always fun. Help you make a good cluster. And another vintage one with my heart. We've got some blank tags. They're ready for you to cluster on. Just punch out the holes at the top. They're already punched. You just flick them out. And then those make a great base for clustering with either the ephemera or the laser cut, or even adding rubons too. And rubons would look great on these mini flashcards too. So many pieces, right? We've got these tickets, great for journaling, adding dates, and these large tickets. And we've got another perfume label and botanicals. Oh, and the colors of this moth. So pretty. No, they're not scientifically correct. If you didn't know, I actually went to school to be a biological illustrator when I first went off to college. But the double major with pre-vet and graphic design proved to be too much for me. So I switched to graphic design, and this is where I was meant to be. But I still have a strong love of botany and all things naturalistic. My heart is happy. And ephemera tickets, another large word strip, tickets, date journalers, more clipped journalers, so many different options. You will use this again and again. All right, so I think that gives you a good look at the Crafty Garden Ephemera Bits. 114 pieces that you are going to want to have. Here we have the Crafty Garden stacked frames, and there are 64 die cut pieces in this pack. You can see on the back here, there's a variety of pieces, and we show you how if you stack them together, you can create a lovely stack. So let's open these up and have a look at what you're gonna find in here. All right, so on top here, you see all the little tabs. And those are so that you can put them where you want them. Feel free if you need to cut it off so that you can position it, you know, side by side. That is there for you to be able to do that. So you've got a frame layer. This one has the file tab on it. And then if you stick papers underneath it, whoops, here's got one that punches out from the center. And then distress these edges and curl them up. You're going to have a variety of depth and layers to create a frame stack. So this one has 2 file tabs. And then we're gonna get down to the bottom here where we've got some bigger pieces, some bigger frames, and bigger pieces that you can tuck under. I'm not holding these real well, but I think you get the idea of how you can distress these and create your own layered frames that work with what you're doing for your project. Whether it's a small square photo or, let me see here, we've got the rectangular photos. And even with the file tab on the side, it works horizontal, or you could go vertical. And you can tuck them in and around and create some really lovely vintage artistry with this pack. It may look very neutral, but once you get going with this, you're gonna love it. Okay, we have Crafty Garden laser cuts. Oh, do we have laser cuts? So we've got our laser cut elements with 79 elements, and we have laser cut wildflowers with 72 elements. So I'm gonna open these up and show you. You can see on the back side here, the scale of these. Lots of tags and sentiments and little bits. So let's open these up and show you what you will get. So it's 4 6x12 sheets or 2 12x12s. And that one's falling off a little. That's okay. Pre-punched. So we've got some lace, sentiments, a clock, journaling labels, tags, this doily edger, and bows. Look at this picket fence and a wooden frame. I tried to give a good mix here. And on this piece, I put the design inside. I thought it could be really nice if, pop that out. I'm gonna pop out a sentiment to kind of show you what I was thinking when I designed this. You know, so again, I'm always thinking clusters and how you could add a little cluster accent by your photos or on your cards. So you can take this, let's add one of the postage stamps. And you can even go over with it. And that's all it takes, right? Love these laser cuts. Lots of intricate details. Lots of things you'll need. And then of course the back side of our cover sheet is a fussy cut. So you've got a large envelope here that you don't have this size in the ephemera pack. And you've got a perfume label and a journaler. Lots of good things. Okay, so that was our general laser cut. Let's look at the Crafty Garden wildflower laser cuts. Again, you've got 4 6x12 sheets or 2 12x12 sheets. So we've got our cover sheet. with fussy cut elements on the back. So different than what you're getting on the general one. And then you've got botanicals. So you can see on the back all the intricate detail that maybe you can't see as well on the right side. But all these intricately cut leaves and branches and stems and botanicals and dragonflies and little daisies. Look at that. Oh, so nice. I don't think I could fussy cut that. So we've got 2 sheets, one, and then the second one here. Lots of leaves, the butterflies, tons of bees. No one can tell me I need more bees because I gotcha. And here we've got lots of bees. All right, so that is the wildflower laser cuts and the general laser cuts. Next up will be the mini laser cuts. That's a combination of these two. Here is the Crafty Garden mini laser cut elements. Like I said, this is a combination of the general elements and the wildflower sheet. You get 4 6x8 sheets and 107 elements. And you can see the scale here on the back side. And we've got our cover sheet. And on the back side of the cover sheet is the fussy cut elements. We've got envelopes, the clip journalers, a little flashcard. And then we've got some wildflowers on this 2 6x8 sheets. Really nice mix, lots of intricate detail. And then the other sheet has our elements. They're popping out at us. So you've got the postage and the journalers and the frame stacks and the bucket of daisies and little tags and lots of sentiments and bows. Again, everything you need to pull together really wonderful creations. All right, whoops, before I lose everything, that is the mini laser cuts. Okay. All right, Crafty Garden mini laser cuts. Here we have the Crafty Garden Acetate Assortment, and there are 45 acetate pieces in this pack. You can see them all on the back side here, and I've brought out a white piece of paper to lay them on so that you can see them more clearly. So I'm gonna open this up and walk you through it. I've added a variety of things in here that I think will be great to enhance your artistry. That's what I'm always thinking about when I'm designing, are ways that different products will help you with your creativity. They'll inspire you. We've got the inside of the packaging, easy to use. So here is the painted blocks. These are really lovely on a card, poking out from under a photo or under a cluster. And you don't have to use the full sheet. If you're one that doesn't like to cover things up, then just cut them. And so in the blue and the golden, we've got some perfume labels and even some sentiments. So you could take it on the back side of these, paint with some acrylic paints. That could be a really nice accent too. And we've got some film strips. So you have coordinating film strips for this collection, but they're just part of the acetate assortment. So not quite as many, but still enough. Enough to give you that filmed edge if that's what you're looking for, or a strip of photos. And we've got a variety of botanicals, more French perfume labels. And this time I did some sentiments too. So we've got hello and lovely. And again, think about turning these over and on the back side, painting in the words to customize and make the sentiments your own. We have a third painted block here in the craft color. And another perfume label. I'm going to push some of these up so that you can see more. Another perfume label. And some of the items are printed white on the back and some are not. This one is not. In fact, it looks like, no, we do have some painted white on the background, or on the back side for the poppies. And then we've got some leaves. This little frame is actually an insert from one of the, or pop out from one of the film strips, but really it gives you an extra frame border. We've got lots of dragonflies. And like I said before, this collection's got the bees. We got lots of bees for you. And lots of leaves. Again, I'm gonna push these up so you can see more. Really nice variety. So I'm really happy that we've expanded beyond just acetate leaves and butterflies, but yet we still have leaves and butterflies. We're just giving you more. And you've got the vintage leaves and you've got the watercolor painted leaves. And you've got the vintage botanicals and you've got pencil line watercolor painted botanicals and daisies, more leaves and moss. Just a wonderful mix, like I said, to help keep you inspired, creative, and pushing your creative artistry. So never a dull moment. Okay. I think that wraps up the 45 acetate pieces. All right, moving on to the Crafty Garden page kit. This kit will give you everything you need to create these 4 pages. That includes 4 exclusive pattern papers, laser cut elements, chipboard, everything you will need. And there is a bonus chipboard alphabet in this pack. So let's open it up and take a look. I really love the page kits. I don't use them for page kit making or page making, but they are like another kind of kit, like to just all the different elements. These aren't elements that you're necessarily going to see in the ephemera pack and laser cuts. So here is our chipboard sheet. This is adhesive back, so you pop these up and then they're adhesive. A variety of flowers and such that you'll need. And then we have laser cut sheets. So lots of leaves, stitched frames, ephemera pieces. That got bent, but just push it back and it's fine. All right, another laser cut piece with some journalers, tags and doilies and postage and buttons. And some of my scrolling wood words got in here. We've got some chicken wire, tickets. Really, how fun. Just such an exciting mix. I think it really, bits of lace, and these cigarette cards, vintage ephemera cards. It's fun just to make something different. You don't have to make the pages that are in the kit, but you have everything here to make those if that's how you like to work. And then there's some loose pieces. And of course, these are going to be for your layering and stacking. and we've got our exclusive papers. So here's your starting base for the paper, or for the page. And you can see the page starter kind of design on here. And the back side shows you the finished page. So then you look through the elements and you pick these pieces and you build your page. You can build your page just on here, or you can build it on here, kind of slide it off and then slide it onto here if that's how you like to work. Again, here is our page starter on one side and our completed page on the other. And again, the page starter and our completed page on the back side. And again, a page starter. Love all the painted splatters. And the finished page on the back. All right, and here this is our instruction sheet, and it's visual instructions. So it shows you what elements to look for, how to add them to your page, the size of the photos that you're gonna want, and helps you to complete your page. And that's the back of our cover page. So that, my friends, is the Crafty Garden page kit. This right here is the big picture album kit for the Crafty Garden collection. So let's open it up and take a look. Now, if you remember from our previous collections or big picture album kits, these boxes can be turned inside out. And this box has the lovely repeat pattern from the Crafty Garden. So you get an instruction sheet here, visual instructions that will show you each page and how to build them. Little brief instructions here on how to put together your hinge. And I suggest building all your pages and then hinging them into the album. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the album. See, we've got our box, really lovely box. And we've got our album. So, so pretty. And inside is the tiny gingham print with the newsprint on it. So we've got a package of Ephemera Bits that you're gonna use for stacking. And remember, when you're doing your pages, you can distress the edges and grunge them. And if you don't like to use full pieces, you can just cut the edge that is needed for that page. So we've got these ephemera pieces. These are all the laser pieces. And then we have the papers. So did the papers a little bit different for this collection, and I really can't wait to see how they turned out. Okay, so this is for building your hinge and putting that in the book. And like I said, I would do that at the end after I've built all my pages. So these are your pages. And can you see really faintly, there's a 1. Now you're gonna cover that up, but that's gonna help you know how these were designed. So you've got page 1, you can see that one more clearly. Page 2, page 3. Oh, these are really nice. I really like how these papers turned out. Such a lovely album. Really classic and timeless and great for all kinds of events in your life. I think this could even make like a really nice tribute album or heritage book too. All right, really nice. Okay, let's take a look at all the lasers. And again, I like to have these album kits myself, more for all the lasers and embellishments. It's just countless, and you will find yourself using these on all sorts of things if you don't use them to create an album. So if you're not an album maker, you still want this pack because you're going to have these incredible papers that are going to make great journal pages or cards, and you're going to have an incredible assortment of laser cuts too. So look at all those frames and the picket fence, tickets and labels and bees. Have I said bees? There's a few bees in this collection. And we've got moths and daisies, labels. And the doily edger. I really like this doily journaler here. And I've added a splash of gold paint to it. And we've got these botanicals that just go along the edge of some of your photos. Lots and lots of botanicals, and the frame with the thumbtack already on it. Really, a lot of the work is, or all the work is really done for you. You just need to punch out the elements and create the pages, add your journaling and your photos, and you are going to have a priceless keepsake. Again, some more frames with the thumbtacks on them. Lots of leaves and page titles. Love, love, love. And all the little blooms. When we have extra space, some extra elements are added in there so we don't waste space. So you won't be using everything that you see in here. There will be leftovers if you're making the album. So many sheets of lasers. Countless. So much ephemera and botanicals and sentiments, photographs, and another picket fence and an edger of ready-made botanicals there. So awesome. And these daisies, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I always love seeing the finished piece and everything all together. I mean, I visualize it when I design it and create these pages, but then when I see all the pieces that it took to create this, separate from my design pages, it really is amazing. But I love creating these pages. I think they create wonderful albums for you. If you look through, I tried to, like when your page 1 is going to be a front-facing single page. Page 2 and 3 go side by side. So that's why we've got the sentiment to the left and a sentiment to the right. And so page 4 and 5 are left and right. And again, you can see how they complement each other. Really, really nice. This came out great. And I hope you really love it as much as I do. All right. So that, my friends, is Crafty Garden. I think I got everything. I hope I got everything. So many pieces in this collection, but it's timeless, and I hope you love it as much as I do. Thanks for joining me here. If you loved it, be sure to like below and subscribe and leave me any comments. Things you'd like to see in the future, what you like best about the collections, or any questions that you have too. I check back often and will always do my best to respond to you. All right, have a great day and thanks for watching.